if your fish get eaten by herons, blame them. Blame them.
It's a project I had nothing to do with. I didn't sell it. I didn't design it.
Welcome to my job.
Hey, Greg, you want me to turn it back on?
Turn it back on.
Woo!
I'm Greg Wittstock the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock the Pond Guy, and I get to see ponds that Brian and his team have put in. And this is a unique one because you're a heron lover.
Yes.
That's a first. Wow. What a beautiful yard.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
This is awesome. I had forgotten you have one of the coolest bridges ever.
Yes.
I love that it's not like a really thin piece of slate. Like, that's a massive stone.
So this is kind of a unique story because you wanted a swimming pool and a water feature, and you ended up just loving the water feature so much you didn't go with the pool?
Correct.
Yep.
It was all going to be very resort looking, like right on the other side there was going to be an in-ground pool, and once we got the pond put in and got some landscaping done and I started planting, we don't want the pool. I like this better.
Yeah, and once Maureen got the native plants in here, the pollinators and the birds just found
isn't that
us,
amazing?
you know?
And you actually wanted to attract herons, so you put feeder goldfish in, huh?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
we just
And-
go buy fish from a local pet store.
Yeah.
Okay, so if your fish get eaten by herons, blame them. Blame them. Well, it's one way to look at it. It's nature, right?
Yeah.
And if you like wildlife, and you have a wildlife garden. So
So I'm thinking, if you're a bird watcher, what's the most ultimate bird you could get in the Chicagoland area coming in your backyard?
We do have ospreys flying
Do
over
you?
during migration,
That's
though,
cool.
and green herons.
And we've had some
Ospreys come up
sandhill
here.
cranes in the
Sandhill
neighborhood as
cranes.
well.
Come in. They don't come up to the pond, but they do come in the yard.
this
So
is
what's the
just
rarest
cool.
bird you've seen back here?
Probably the crane.
Yeah?
The sandhill, yeah.
Wow, this is just gorgeous. So you spend a lot of time out here, I would assume.
Yes, definitely. It's a lot of fun to entertain out here. We've got, you know, our little relaxation station kind of thing. I've been able to work from home once in a while and been able to take the laptop out here, kick back, relax, that kind of thing as well.
These are the Pagoda Racks, and the way Chris positioned these things is just perfect. I love how it just kind of has this spring-fed look and pushes the water across. So not only aesthetically are these great, and you can see how the birds would just love sitting in these areas, but it also solves a problem. The problem on a pond like this is we've got some unique shape. If there was no water pushing out from this would be a huge dead area. So these rocks, and specifically the way they're set up, you can see how that water just kind of pushes across the surface. And then we've got obviously some of our jets back in over there, pushing from that cove, and then all that water from that area comes this way. Now here's something a little different we did with this pond. This pond has a rainwater harvesting system in it, so you can see how the whole pond overflows and goes that way. We also put a skimmer box on it, but the key to this, and so we have a skimmer box sitting very, very close to the same location as all the water comes here. So the idea is, as debris comes into this space right in here, we can collect a lot of the debris in the skimmer box before it goes over into the pondless area over here. Let's see if it's working. Let's just see if there's anything in here. It's obviously working. Look at look at how much stuff this thing is catching. So all of this stuff, if we didn't have the skimmer box here, would just deposit on that bed of gravel, eventually clogging that gravel up, and you'd have to replace that gravel after a couple years. So one of the most challenging parts, like with every pond we build, is, believe it or not, like one of the smallest areas to hide is always that biofalls. And I think the customers here have done an incredible job with disguising that biofalls and using it the way we intended it to be used, as more of a plant trough on top. So there's this rack that sits inside, and most of the people just put big boulders around the top. You can actually just fill it with gravel and then load it with aquatic plants. And look at how nice this looks with all these aquatic plants in here rather than rock, 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 rock. Awesome job. There's another cool thing going on here, and I don't know if you can see it, but check out how there's this split waterfall. So notice with this split waterfall, we've got water coming down this way and then water coming out of here, but there's no way this water moves back uphill and then comes back over in here. So it's actually fed by what we call a little gravity feed. Right here, water's going down through a pipe and then it shoots back up right here. You can see that water bubbling up. So it's what we call a little gravity feed. Water gets sucked down through here, comes around this rock, shoots back up through here and gives us enough flow to then give us that split waterfall.
So when you moved into the house, it had a giant above ground pool with a deck around it, and you tore it all out.
Yep, a 40 by 50 deck with a raised bar and a 24-foot diameter pool, and Maureen ripped it out all by herself.
I remember that. Didn't you get a skid steer?
Yes.
I did.
I remember
yeah.
you renting a skid steer.
Yes.
I'm like,
I was
this
playing with it,
is
it
a
was
cool
fun.
customer.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like, that's our kind of person right there. Yeah, that's quite a difference that you've made.
We have a camera that does still and video, and a blue heron stopped by, triggered the camera, so it started filming, and you don't see anything, and all of a sudden the heron just kind of leans his head in, looks at the camera,
Oh, that's
looks
cool.
down at the fish, comes back, and then walks across the bridge.
Now see, at that point, I would have my automatic sprinkler going off to push him away, but you're encouraging him because of the
Yes.
nature, which is cool.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, after he was on a deer hunting trip, and that's what it is. Every one of our customers, that how they personalize and create the other things that go with the pond, the landscaping, and you know, not too many people want to attract herons to their backyard, but God bless them, they have a beautiful backyard and they're bringing nature into the environment. And if you can't bring nature at home, why just have grass? I mean, if I look at the neighbors, it's just grass. There's no reason to go in the backyard. This will spend hours and hours, and she's a photographer. She's a wildlife photographer, so she's got a perfect palette to do this. I truly do love my job, and I love my art, and I love seeing cool people doing cool things with their yards. If you like this stuff, please like, comment, subscribe so more people can see what living the Aquascape lifestyle is all about. It is a beautiful day, and look, beautiful house on a lake, but they still want a decorative water feature because that lake doesn't make any sound, and we're gonna bring it up close and personal to the backyard.
It's a project I had nothing to do with. I didn't sell it. I didn't design it.
Welcome to my job.
Chris came out here and built it, and I've seen pictures, and every picture it's always looked absolutely amazing. So I'm really curious to see what they came up with and what it looks like in person, because we know pictures don't ever do it justice.
Let's check out another beautiful Aquascape ecosystem water feature.
Oh yeah.
Love the bridge. Look at all the geese coming up. This is big. I love the sap, you know.
Yeah.
It looks like serrated edges. And that is about as pristine of water as you can get. What I love about it too, Brian, is it just how it goes in and out along these steps. It's not just straight line.
He did such a good job with the twisting and turning. Right?
Yes.
Like the stairs have a gentle curve, but every waterfall is at a totally different angle.
Yep.
Even though it runs like kind of down the same path, because those falls are falling at different 45s every time, it gives it so much interest. I can't wait to get to the bottom of
I know.
and look up.
There's nobody that's gonna not want to keep walking. And every single waterfall is completely unique and a complete cool design. And then I love how it goes into, you got some cattails and it just kind of vanishes edge and then right down to the water. It looks like it just continues to flow into the lake.
So this is obviously a pondless waterfall, right? One of my biggest pet peeves with pondless, and I don't think I've ever told you this, I don't like it when the waterfall just disappears right into gravel.
Yep.
Chris did a phenomenal job with letting it cool up
6-inch
a little
pool,
bit.
yeah.
And then it goes off. And because of the cattails, it just gives the illusion that it keeps going and going and going. You don't see where it finishes.
That's exactly what I saw when I first came down here. But just look at how every water feature is super unique because every rock is unique. That's what I like to say. Every water feature is unique work of art, one of a kind custom creation. Is even though we use the same types of stone, this is Missouri moss rock. Every rock is different.
That is a cool waterfall.
It really is.
It makes me want to jump. In fact, I want to jump over here and see how we pulled that off coming through. It looks like a hole in the rock. Oh, it is. Like, look at how cool that is.
Yeah.
There's actually a pipe in here. There's 2 pipes. God. And look at this little gap. Like, this is so, I mean, that's so intentionally done. I don't know where that's feeding from. Oh, look right here. So he's got 3 pipes. Tell me if it stops.
Yep, completely stopped.
Hey, Greg, you want me to turn it back on?
Turn it back on.
Woo!
Brian, how proud are you that your guys did this and you had nothing to do with it?
Man, do I feel like a proud papa, huh?
Good job.
Look at this bridge. I mean, this bridge pace might be one of the best ever. See the big hole, like natural gaps in it?
Yep.
You can actually see down through it and see the water moving.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh, you can. Yeah.
I want to grab this stone and get rid of it because the bridge doesn't take you anywhere. Like I could use this somewhere. So what I kind of like about the staircase on this one is it gives you the illusion that this could be a 12-foot high waterfall. But actually it's only about a 7-foot high waterfall, 7 to 7.5 foot high waterfall. And I based it off of all these 6-inch steps going up. With a 7.5 foot slope, we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 waterfalls. Out of all 7 waterfalls, I can't even tell you which one I like the best. It's just fantastic. I love the beach entrance here. So breaking up that monotony of boulder, boulder, boulder. And what an awesome place for birds to come and just kind of bathe in this area. And you know they do. The moss and the ferns that are growing out of some of the rock, you can tell he put time into it. Check out this rock here. It's got this natural little fissure. That didn't happen by accident. He saw that this had a ledge and that there was an opportunity to bring water through there. And so the placement of this rock and this rock and this one allowed for that to happen. To me, those little things, the last 10% is everything. And the attention to detail with the placement of all these rocks is perfect. To have water just kind of pool up back in this area makes it look so much more natural. To have gravel go past the edge of the boulders and stuff makes it look so much more natural. The whole team did such an awesome job with this. It actually makes me jealous that I wasn't part of this project. Good job, Chris and team.
You know what I'm thinking as I'm walking up and down this stream? I can't even imagine this yard without this.
Yeah, like what would it be, just grass?
It's so perfect in this area, and if you're gonna have a slope, and to us this is almost a mountain in Illinois because we are the second flattest state behind Florida, this is utilizing it. There's nobody that's gonna walk in this yard and not comment and notice and be relaxed by this waterfall.
When I first started working for you back in '95,
oh boy, here it comes.
You know how you're addicted to water features? Every time you see a slope, you
100%.
say, what can I do with that?
Yep.
It doesn't matter if it's on the side of a highway, if it's in somebody's backyard, anytime you see a slope.
So if you have a slope, get a waterfall. So just coming and looking at Brian and seeing how excited he is to see what his guys did without him, it's the same feeling that I have when my guys, like Brian and Ed, created water features without me. And that's the evolution of the art. That's the evolution of a teammate. And we are always looking, as a certified Aquascape contractor tribe, we are always looking for people that would really get this excited about their work. We hire for attitude, we train for aptitude. And when you see Brian getting this excited about this, I mean, just listen to that. Just listen to that sound, that view. It truly is a work of art, unique, custom creation, because every water feature is different. And what's so fun for me is knowing how this is going to evolve over time as the plants mature, and it just changes. The water feature is always changing and always looking nicer every single year.